friends, colleagues, distinguished guests, not so distinguished guests, I'm joking. Thank you all for coming here today. Thank you especially to those who are holograph conferencing in from the Mars Space Colony. I know it's the middle of the night for you guys. Retirement. There, I said it. It's something that's inevitable. Everything that we start must come to an end sooner or later. It affects all of us, whether we are the retiree or soon to be retired. It is the time to box your personal belongings from the office, say goodbye, and turn out the lights. Or at least have your robot do that. But while my time at Holocheck Tech has come to an end, I'm bidding farewell to a group of extremely talented and passionate individuals who will take charge bringing the company to new heights, which it maybe makes sense to reflect on the new beginnings of how we got here. Our company grew from really nothing, a three-man startup from a basement in San Francisco. Several times we were on the verge of bankruptcy, but we fought hard to stay up. And before we knew it, had expanded to become a worldwide example of the benefits of flexible, transparent solar cells. While people had their doubts, we kept on innovating with the cow dung generator for the first moon people, and now the Mars colony that harnessed the previously hidden energy in cow dung. It's actually very good. As a result, we have solved the energy crisis of 2041 and allowed the world to live without a constant impending energy crisis. But it wasn't easy. Getting to this place required a lot of hard work, collaboration, and drive. Let me share with you 3 short anecdotes that have defined my career. So it started when I was 7 years old. And I remember my sister coming to me with her broken iPod. Remember those things? Like, it was broken. It didn't work. Like the gracious brother I am, I offered to fix it for her with minimal charge. This was the age of really simple electronics. It wasn't going to fix itself like it does now. So I had to do something about it. I pried open the case with great difficulty. It was like a white plastic clamshell. I know, really 2000 era, right? I used something called a screwdriver, if you ever remember those things. And it snapped open as shiny orange circuit boards exploded out of it. What I thought was fixing it actually was destroying it. But I had good intentions, right? Well, my sister came home and found out and got mad. But I learned from my mistakes. And while her iPod never worked again, I learned that I shouldn't touch other people's things and destroy them. But more importantly, that it's not, you shouldn't be afraid to make mistakes. From this experience, I learned more about how things worked. And for the ensuing decades, I've been the person she consults for tech help now. Thus, I learned not to be afraid of learning by discovery, because you never really know how something works until you break it. No progress will be made if no one takes any risks ever. So don't be afraid to make mistakes if you learn from them. But you have to learn from them. A couple decades later, when I was 25, I had the urge to blow the whistle on some government espionage program called Google. Remember, it was a popular search engine before it took over the world? As it was secretly collecting data about us, I kept quiet because I was happy and I had a job. But soon after that moment, the data conglomerate FaceGoogle began extorting the governments of the world and spied on its citizens. It is these moments that I regret not speaking up and defending my values. If you know something's wrong, speak up like a leader. Down the line, the last thing you want to do is have remorse for not doing something to protect your principles. So stand up for what you believe in. And finally, my third scenario takes place on the first space shuttle flight to Mars. I was elected, of all people, to go to the Red Planet in 2030 to discover whether it could sustain human life. I was scared out of my wits on the first run. The wobbly spaceship going up, who knew the rockets were actually going to fire and take us out of atmosphere? But I managed to calm my mind. I was doing something that no one had done before for the good of humanity. And let me tell you, the in-flight drink service was pretty terrible on the first flight. My third point is that engineering is about helping people, a purpose that spans more than just a career. Motivate yourself and find inspiration to have a distinctive role in the world. So those are my 3 ideals that I've learned to grow and grown to appreciate throughout my career as an inventor. Be bold, be determined, and be ready to help the world. So while my 38 years at Holacek Tech might be coming to an end, my interests in engineering and helping the world are not. I leave behind a more than capable team. Bob, Jim, and perhaps a few other people. Of experts that will carry on our name of innovation and success. And for that, I could not be happier. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes." I hope you all continue to think good thoughts and become those ideas. Reach out for new ways to make the world a better place. I have no doubt that you will succeed. Now let's cut the cake, and I'm going to go play space golf. Thank you.